it's something that it is totally unprecedented. It's something that's outrageous compared to our normal day of life. And so everything we're trying to do is adjust on a daily basis, whether it's daily schedules or weightlifting schedules or practice schedules, whatever we're doing. So this has changed everything that we're doing and what we're accustomed to. So it's going to be something that we're going to have to get around and get used to. Right now, I think the athletic directors and the presidents have done an excellent job with what we're doing. But as for everybody to know, we're going to have to do our part as players and as coaches to do the best we can to monitor these things and to manage everything on a daily basis. But the other part of that is the families have to do that. Mom and dads, uncles, grandfathers, everybody else. We're going to have to all be in this thing together so we can have a football season. And that's going to be the biggest thing for all of us, to be a part of everything that we do on a daily basis to ensure the fact that our safety is first, but in fact we do have a football season.
Absolutely. I want to ask one more question about the pandemic, then we'll talk a little more about the schedule. I want to say, Coach, that because of all this, the uncertainty, that I hope and pray, and I'm certainly your coaching staff is hoping so too, that I think the student athletes may be even hungrier this year to get out and perform than they normally would be as well.
Well, it's definitely been a challenging deal for all of us. Typically we go through 7-8 months of an off-season program leading into fall camp, and this year is different. We're not going to have summer school with our players. It's kind of an interesting thing because you're not necessarily worried about the product on the field. You're worried about the conditioning level of your athletes. And so typically this is the time of year where you build team camaraderie, unity, as well as being able to come out here and get them in condition. And that's always your main focus. Now you're not able to do that, so now you have to be the super athlete and rely on them to be like a professional and roll into this camp ready to go and in shape. So it's one of those things that I think ultimately, collectively we all have an idea what football is or what a sport should be. It is going to change our aspect of our mentality, so to speak. But to be quite honest, 30 years ago, we didn't do this either. So college football and everything else has changed over the last 25, 30 years. And so I think it's been something that is definitely going to be a challenge. But I know the kids, they're eager to get back to work. They're eager to get back to school. It's football, man. It's going to be fun. It always is a blast. And, I've said it every year with you, Blake. Every game's a playoff game, and this schedule is just it's another thing, man. It's just another playoffs schedule. But a lot of great teams that we're going to play this year, obviously, with great talent.
Right, and the last question on the schedule, it may be hard because of how things have been all summer long, but do you have a gauge on what the North Division will be like this year?
It's interesting because typically, you hear different things with guys coming in summer school and the different out-of-staters. And that's the one thing that this league may be hurt this year more than any time ever in the history is the out-of-state players. With Division I and not having summer school and not having spring ball, some of those kids are not dropping down to the junior college level, and not just from that aspect, from eligibility aspect, or getting different looks. And so I think the league may get hurt in that aspect a little bit, but as far as overall talent, the state of Mississippi always has great talent. It's always going to be an unprecedented amount of athletes overall in the junior college ranks in the country. So, we do feel like the league is still going to be as strong as what it ever has. But I do think that there are some aspects that are going to be hurt. But the division, you're always looking at East Mississippi's always got a great team, and Northwest has a great team. Itawamba played really well down the stretch last year. So at times we played extremely well. So we just obviously, Holmes had a coaching change, but we just have to obviously look at the whole schedule and say there's no easy game on the schedule. There never has been an easy game on the schedule. So I think the North Division is and it could be wide open based on majority of us are not in summer school. Are they in condition? What's the biggest drawbacks? So you don't ever know that until you get into it.
I'm Ricky Ford, president at Northeast Mississippi Community College. If you're a recent high school grad or looking to jumpstart your career, give us a call. We're affordable, convenient, and flexible. Our online education is second nationally among all community colleges. We're one of only 4 community colleges in the world designated as an Apple Distinguished School, so we've proven our innovative learning environment gets our students globally ready. We've been here for you since 1948 and will continue to support you after this pandemic is over because student success is our #1 priority.